This week's episode was episode 7 of season 4. It was titled Mockingbird. I'm Brandon Kaiser, and this is What the Hell Happened on Game of Thrones. To start us off, we have Tyrion and Jaime who share a laugh when Jaime tells him he can't fight for him, and that the Mountain will fight for Cersei. And if you've been following along at home, you know who will inevitably fight for Tyrion. But more on that later. Speaking of the Mountain, we see the new Mountain, who is doing the Game of Thrones version of the end of Dirty Dancing to some guy. Next, we have more of the adventures of Arya and the Hound, where Sandor plays Dr. Kevorkian and euthanizes an injured man when he is bitten in the shoulder by attackers looking to collect the bounty on his head. Now, most little girls are about rainbows and unicorns, haha, but not on this show.
Thank you.
Then Jon returns and learns of the Wall's new anti-pets policy, and tries to convince them to seal the tunnel to no avail. Tyrion gets another visitor, this time it's Bronn. He explains he's been bought off by Cersei. You know, what a shame. Looks like that buddy cop pairing is over. They share a touching moment of mutual respect and fondness. But whoever will fight for Tyrion? How do you sneak into Dany's chambers? Well, you...
Danny's.
And that's what Daario does. He then convinces her to have him do what he does best. But what he does best isn't very family-friendly, bub. Then the obsession with baths continues as Melisandre talks of the truth, lies, and trickery with Stannis' wife and tells her to take their daughter with. We then see as Jorah catches Daario on his walk of shame, and he convinces Daenerys that instead of having Daario kill Yonkai's slave masters, he will give them a choice. Back to Arya and the Hound, where they share a moment when the Hound opens up and tells her the story of his burns, and she plays nurse to his wound. Looks like he might make it off that list one day. Then Hot Pie returns and tells Brienne and Podrick about Arya. And his info and Podrick's knowledge of the Westeros tabloids points them in the direction of the Eyrie. Then, well, you know, for a show that's known for surprising people, they decide to go the incredibly obvious route and have Oberyn visit Tyrion and choose to be his champion. Oberyn also tells the story of seeing him as a rumored monster as a baby. The red eye thing doesn't surprise me though. This is his father after all. And finally, Sansa asks herself,
Do you want to build a snowman?
but decides to build Snow Winterfell instead. She is exposed to the monster that Robin truly is, and it turns out she learned a thing or two from being Tyrion's wife. Then Littlefinger has a great speech and kisses her. Lysa sees this and tries to throw Sansa through the moon door. Baelish stops her, professes his love for Cat, and tosses his wife out to fly. Proving yet again that marriage might be the most dangerous thing to do on Game of Thrones. So that was this week's episode. That line about a lot can happen between now and never, great stuff. I think along with Peter Dinklage, Aidan Gillen is killing it this season. Anyways, another awesome episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment if you want to, and see you in 2 weeks so we can find out what the hell happened on Game of Thrones.